Oh, what's going on? What's going on? What's going on? We should be live. What's up, guys? Let me just make sure I'm checking over here in my YouTube streams. Clicking refresh on the thing. There we go. Okay, we are live. So what's happening, everybody? Been a while since I've been live. Was on vacation for a while. And hasn't been so much. Well, first of all, we're here for the Vanguard reveal, and I'm pretty excited about that. I actually really liked World War II multiplayer 3 years ago, 4 years ago, whenever that was that it came out. This is going to feel a lot different. It's going to feel, if you played the alpha at all, it's going to feel, it's working off of the Modern Warfare 19 engine, so it's going to feel very, 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 so it's going to feel way more like Modern Warfare 2019 than it did to World War II. I played the alpha, I played exactly 2 games. The first game I played, we came in 3rd place, just me and some random. Way to go, Juan. And then I played one more game with, again, some random, and we actually won. I was like, okay, it's cool. I've seen it. Like, there's nothing much to it. It's the same 4 gunfight maps, and it was just kind of, it's whatever. It's like when they had gunfight in Modern Warfare a couple years ago, or whatever they called it in Cold War. There's nothing much to it. The tiny maps, it's 2v2 kind of stuff. So what's the point, So I was just like, I'll wait. But anyhow, I'm really looking forward to this. I hope it's very good. We're not going to get, don't count on having any kind of zombies reveal here. They're not going to reveal that until, I just saw, a week before Halloween is probably when you should expect it. So we're almost definitely not going to get anything with zombies. There may be a tiny little teaser at the end of this, but even that I wouldn't count on because, again, Treyarch is doing the zombies for the Vanguard. And obviously we're in Cold War, Treyarch doing the zombies for that now. So we have one more map coming. Season 5 Reloaded comes out Thursday. So 2 more days. I don't think the zombies map is coming out. I think that's not till Season 6. But I don't think we're going to get any kind of zombies reveal or tease or anything like that. Until Season 6, the new map comes out, and it'll probably, I shouldn't say probably, it might be in-game with that. Might be some kind of event that we do on Outbreak or something, kind of like they reveal this on Warzone. So that's a possibility. I don't know for sure. Also, if you have pre-ordered Vanguard digitally on PlayStation, whether it's the PS4 or the PS5, you can pre-download the beta starting right now. I would show you how to do it, but I'm on my Xbox to watch this. It supposedly had rolled out yesterday, I think yesterday, for some people, but I checked mine and it wasn't on mine. So I'll check after this stream here, and I'll start pre-downloading the beta for my PlayStation. I will play both beta weekends. It's going to be, the first weekend is going to be, PlayStation only. That's the exclusive deal part of it, which sucks, but whatever. What are you going to do? So I will be playing that with subscribers. So if you want to be a part of that, basically you just have to have a PlayStation, and you've got to be subscribed to the channel and be here when I'm actually live streaming. So hit subscribe, turn on the notifications, just if you make sure you're here and around for that. The second weekend is going to be on the Xbox, and it's going to be the same deal. I'm going to be playing with subscribers. We did this last year for the beta, and it actually went very well. So I hope it goes just as smoothly this year. It's same deal. The next weekend for the Xbox weekend, we'll be playing on Xbox. So you just need to have an Xbox, and you need to be subscribed to the channel, and you need to be here when I'm live streaming. And that's it. Don't send me any messages in advance of like actually when we're actually in that live stream, because it's not going to help get into the game. We did it first come first serve last time. It went very, very, very smoothly. So we're going to be following that model again this year. What else? Is there anything else? I was just looking at Twitter. A lot of news is popping up right before the before this reveal stream. So I'm having a look at it. Amazon, by the way, if you ordered it, pre-ordered the game through Amazon, Amazon has said they are emailing your beta code 24 hours before the beta actually starts. So don't be holding your breath for that. I think it's this weekend, right? The 10th? Yeah, Friday. So in just a few days. So we're getting Season 5 Reload. We're getting the reveal right now. We're getting Season 5 Reloaded Thursday. And we're getting the Vanguard beta Friday. So busy times. But I think that's all of the actual news right now. I'm just looking. I'm on Twitter here, checking out, you know, what they've got going up, and it doesn't look like there's anything else at the moment. So we are good. Okay, so now it's just we got a little over 2 minutes to go before the reveal actually goes live. I've been awake for like 20 minutes, so. Sorry if I'm not bright and bubbly. This is literally my first sip of coffee. But again, yeah, I actually liked the World War II multiplayer from a few years back. It wasn't until they actually, they kind of had everything. Basically the studio changed hands, and the different runners of it. Michael Condrey left, and his kind of second in charge, they left to go to a different studio, and then things got a lot better from there. I will say this: World War II is still a game that I go back to play multiplayer just for fun, just like to hop on and like I'm in the mood for having just an enjoyable experience to play some multiplayer. I mean, for me, Cold War is definitely not it. I was not a fan of Modern Warfare 2019 either. So it's the most, kind of recent one before that I actually liked. So I go back to that when I'm looking, to play some multiplayer. Unless a friend of mine wants to hop on, then I'll play Cold War, but I'm not a fan of Cold War's multiplayer. We are less than a minute out now. 1 minute out. So, I'm pretty excited about this. Make sure my microphone is tight. And that's all I got to say. I'm just going to have some coffee until the thing starts. You guys have heard me ramble so many times. Just, Twitter's just blah, 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 blah. It's been hot as hell here, man. It was 107 degrees here yesterday. I just set up a new fan over here. Whew. And you can already feel it coming. It's now 10. I had to go to the Starbucks down the street just to get coffee for this morning. I ran out yesterday. And just walking back, it's already starting to beat down. Like, my God, man, it's going to be another hot one. All right. Here we go. It's the longest What's going on, man? I'm having a good day so far. I've only been awake for less than an hour, so not that bad so far. How are you doing today? Is it the slowest 3-second countdown I've ever seen? By the way, I have a little bit of a theory since we're not getting any zombies today. Let me just throw this theory out. Again, because we're going to World War II for this next game, obviously. And Treyarch is, again, they're doing it. So it's going to be a straight continuation from here through to the next game for zombies. I say the original crew is coming back in Vanguard. If we get Rick Toten in Cold War, obviously it's going to have to be in this next map that's coming out in Season 6, or it could be Season 6 reloaded. Okay, now we have a... So I guess that was a 3-minute countdown. You can't even hear me through this music? I'll turn it down. I'll turn it... when they start going through their stuff, I'm going to shut up and let them do, most of the talking, so I'll turn it back up a bit. But, yes, this music is kind of loud. My goodness, it is. And I'm only getting it through my headphones, so I can't tell. But anyhow, I think the Primus crew is coming back. I don't think we're going Ultimus. I think it's going to be the Primus crew that comes back for zombies. And we'll probably get Rick Toppen in this last map. Alright, here we go.
The time is finally here. Welcome to the multiplayer reveal for Call of Duty Vanguard. I'm Greg Reisdorf, the multiplayer creative director at Sledgehammer Games. At Reveal, we saw the rise of Special Forces team, and now we've had our first technical test of Vanguard out in the wild, the Champion Hill Alpha. Our team is hyper-focused on key data points coming out of that test, and thank you for all the valuable feedback.
Today, we will show you our vision of the multiplayer experience for Call of Duty Vanguard. On our last project, we brought the Brotherhood of World War II soldiers to life in a more traditional approach, which was a great experience. For Vanguard, we're taking liberties and risks to deliver something completely fresh, new, and fun.
But first, let's watch the world premiere of Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer.
Let's go!
Warriors, saboteurs, assassins, their lives turned upside down by the Reich. Each one with an axe to grind, and when we turn them loose, you better believe they're coming out swinging.
Actually, James Brown?
Got it.
Sounds like it, though. The RCXD.
Contact! On your rear!
Got the stem. Is that a sledgehammer? We had that LMG in World War II. Those are the breakable barriers. can run through or shoot through too.
I can't see the enemy!
Stim shot. They said no FOV slider so far, Big C, which I am pissed about, to be honest with you. If you're on Twitter, hammer them with it, like add FOV slider, add FOV slider. That was a Takio. But yeah, I'm huge on the FOV slider, man. Like, I desperately want them to bring that back for console.
Pre-order now and get early access to the open beta.
Again, you can
Digital
download now if you
get instant
digitally
access to the
pre-ordered
Night Raid,
on
Mastercraft,
PlayStation.
and Black
You can
Ops,
download
Cold
the beta
War,
now.
and Warzone.
Such amazing work that the team's been able to do, and we're thrilled to have that trailer out in the wild. Our multiplayer team is putting players in the shoes of a globally diverse cast.
We've focused on Special Forces operators that are untraditional, gritty anti-heroes from every front of the war. We've also focused on our down-the-barrel experience to bring you brute force weaponry that devastates your enemies and world around you.
Today, I have the pleasure of sitting down with some of my colleagues I haven't seen in over a year, and some folks that I've never met before in real life. Our conversations today will be broken down into 4 different sections. We're going to talk about our day one offering for multiplayer. We're going to go in-depth into gameplay. We're going to talk to our art directors about Vanguard's unique look and take on World War II. We're going to talk to our narrative team about how they brought our operators to life. And we have some special guests from Beanox and Raven. Plus, following the stream, we've invited some of your favorite creators to play Call of Duty Vanguard multiplayer, so stick around, we're just getting started.
Yeah, pretty much everything you see will be.
Well, let's talk about some multiplayer.
You can shoot all the stuff.
So we have 20 total maps
change
in the
completely
game.
how the room looks.
16 of them that are working with core, and they're across all locations, and they're Western Front, Eastern Front, North Africa, as well as the Pacific.
And then the 4 maps that comprise Champion Hill, which is Airstrip, Market, Courtyard, and Train Yard.
I do love how we have found this fresh approach to World War II. We really, really wanted this time to focus on a global warfare and variety of settings.
And when you think about the player experience too, let's say you finish a match on Gavutu and you just came from the Pacific Theater, and then the next map that loads up is Desert Siege, and now you're in North Africa. So you're just hopping all over the globe.
So we just finished up Alpha. That was the first technical test of Vanguard. And starting today, you can preload for the beta, which has Champion Hill that everybody can now experience, as well as 4 new maps.
Yeah, that's what I'm super excited about. It's Core and
again,
for the first
I will
time,
be
so
playing
it's Red
the beta
Star,
with subscribers.
Hotel Royale, Gavutu,
first weekend I'll be
Eagle's
on
Nest.
PlayStation.
I cannot
Next
wait
weekend will be
to
Xbox.
see all of those players in there.
And then we also have combat pacing. So you can now experience this huge range from tactical combat all the way up to blitz combat across those modes that are in the beta. It's such a different experience between when you're playing with blitz and tactical as well, because when you're playing blitz, it's just no holds barred, you're going.
Oh, that's like the 24v24
Tactical,
kind of thing?
it's a lower player count, so we're actually increasing the time to engagement in there, and every shot matters. You're able to play with it in the filter system, so within quick match play, you're able to be like, oh, I prefer tactical.
I'm going to be doing blitz. I remember when we were just first talking about it, the idea of making every map into shipment. I love that.
But having a map the size of Red Star feel like shipment, if you're
Basically
having
what they're
that
talking about now
level
is
of
there's
combat pacing is
different levels
what's really fun,
of
because it's
6v6 up
different
to like
map by map.
24v24.
It's so much fun to just
on the
go in and you're not
multiplayer
even
maps.
worried when you're
So
getting
you're
killed,
taking
because you just get killed and respawn and kill someone else constantly. It's amazing.
Going from fewer enemies to way more. Talking
We
about
also
the
have
pacing
control coming in as
the
well.
game.
It's a new mode for Vanguard.
It's really fun. I'm really excited to see how fans respond.
I cannot wait. I cannot wait.
It's essentially the moving hard point that's moving around the map on this track. You're going and you're taking it, and as people play it more and more and discover new strategies around it. Like there's play the patrol point, hold it down for your team. But that patrol point is moving no matter how many people from your team are on it. So if you're truly, playing as a team, you're going to have people behind the patrol point, in front of it, really locking down those lanes. That mode is bringing so much more than we've ever had, and you're also exploring the entire map.
That could be a cool mode. That does look fun. The video I saw.
Playing with other players in these maps, being able to go into, clans. They're coming into the game. They're a tier 1 feature. You can pair up with your buddies and your friends.
We really want to lean into social play because it does make all of your experiences on those maps and modes just so much better.
Think about what you just said about Patrol, too. Like, if you played Patrol with your clan, how much more effective you would be if everybody was coordinated taking the patrol point at the same time.
Yeah, and you actually progress with your clan. Like, that's a new thing that we have in the game.
I still think
pretty exciting.
Call of Duty in general needs
being able
to
have the 3 of us in a clan and go
no
and be on progression.
And you can be in a clan together cross-gen as well.
That's right.
So we have a huge commitment to our players around cross-gen, cross-platform play, where you can go and team up with really anybody who has the game.
It's exciting for me because now I can finally play with my cousin in Toronto who's a PC player, and I'm going to play on my PS4 at home.
I really loved it as well because we've invested quite a lot in our social features.
It really widens the scope of the social experience.
If you have a friend who's playing Call of Duty, you don't have to now ask them, oh, what are you playing on?
Right.
You can just be like, join my clan.
We're so excited to have Call of Duty Vanguard launch. The team has done a phenomenal job. I can't thank them enough for all of the effort they've put in. The most content day one. It's going to be great.
Let's go! Way more maps than the last 2 games that launched, I'll say that.
We're here to talk about gameplay. So this is reactive environments, movement and footsteps, create a class, weapons. It's all about creating a fun environment for the players to run around in. And when we were thinking about it as a team, that feeling of pulling the trigger has to be awesome. And you need to be able to use it then for gameplay as well. It's all about that player creativity.
When you first shoot something and it reacts to it, now you start becoming a little more creative about what you want to do with that.
Tactical sprint is in the game. We have it coming back, and you can just sprint through those walls as well.
We try to give multiple options for how you want to do things, which really allows for a lot of freedom.
That's right. When you're taking cover behind something, they can also flush you out. You start seeing this stuff just start getting shredded.
You can mount on top of these surfaces as well.
I love sliding into cover and either mounting on the side, mounting on the top, blind firing over the top.
So blind fire, like let's just talk about that for a second, because blind fire is an all new addition to Vanguard. It's kind of the hip fire of mount. We actually have it set up where you can ADS and go into mount. So when you're near something, you're gonna go into mount every time you do that. But if you're in cover behind it, your gun's gonna come up, and now you're actually in this state where you know you can blind fire over it. You get a little peek over the piece of cover that you're on, and you're now able to move back and forth across that fire. You get the hip fire spread, and then once you see somebody coming, you can actually go right back into mount and transition between the two. And it's so fluid.
This mechanic they're talking about right now, I really don't like.
Supposed to be there.
Hiding
destructible environments are throughout the game. It's on every map, and it just changes the map over time.
That's right. Like the state that the map starts at is going to look different than the state that it ends at.
That's going to suck.
Everything really changes, especially in different game modes when you have Dom and Hardpoint.
That's the biggest problem I had
with this idea of combat pacing around those structures. Like we have tactical combat pacing where now destruction just matters so much more. When there's a lower player count, it's so much more intimate. And then you go into something like Blitz, which is just crazy amounts of players in there, and
making it
those
easier
maps
to
completely change based on how that combat pacing is flowing throughout every playlist that you're going into, and those modes
even. Is going to be way too OP. I honestly
you have a caliber system as well, which interacts with these destructive environments.
I mean, I'm not going to say
so you're able to now go caliber up
or
caliber down within each
weapon. I have
weapon.
a feeling I'm not going to like
heavier the caliber,
the
more it's going to change the look of the walls.
It's not just visual either. Increasing the caliber does increase the damage the bullet does. So we're kind of moving away from this concept of protecting rate of fire and damage. We're letting the players control it.
We have created a class in the game, and we're building on what was done in Modern Warfare 2019.
You got your primary weapon, secondary weapon, 3 perks, lethals, and tacticals.
It's about choices and about the player having choices. Within Create a Class, there's so much going on in there. We have the gunsmith system coming back. We have caliber system, ammo types, 10 attachments as well that you can put on the gun.
10?
The coolest thing about 10 attachments is that we were able to make it so that some of the attachments are much stronger than the other attachments. So you have a lot more options, kind of taking our 30-ish guns and bringing it all the way up to over 100 because you can tailor them to whatever you want them to be.
And then it's still familiar with the perks, the 3 perk slots.
That looks like Takio
and you
to
can
me.
actually modify those and get some modifications around some of the other core gameplay pieces. And with these weapons and with this caliber system, there's so much in there to be able to use. We have certain perks that are dedicated to it.
Yeah, you might choose an LMG and then try to combine perks for close range to make it so much more like an SMG, but with that power and the ammo size that the LMGs are bringing. Or you might go the completely other way.
Everything they're talking about right now,
Lean
they're all
into
excited
our
about.
new mounted movement system, so you can slide around
Makes
the
me
cover.
just think it's
you
gonna
might
be
equip it with
miserable.
piercing vision as one of your perks, your perk 2. That allows you to actually highlight people through walls that you've suppressed. Suppression is a new mechanic that slows people down.
And with that, like, that is going to give us the most tactical experience you've ever had in Call of Duty.
Yeah, we're trying a lot of risky things, allowing players to tune things like damage and rate of fire, but we're committed to figuring out the right values there, making a balanced game.
We really want to push the envelope, and we really want to bring players a version of Call of Duty, a flavor of it that they haven't tried before.
It is truly the most immersive Call of Duty experience I've ever played, and we're in this together. We're in it with the community. We're there getting feedback from them on all of these elements, and we want to make it the best for everyone.
So that we have the assassination moves, like we've had the last couple of years. Those are obviously back.
On this project, I feel like the collaboration between creative direction, design, and art, there was a lot more cohesion. And so we've grown together in such a way where we can have these great conversations.
It's about stepping out of our comfort zone a little bit. On the last project, we took on the Brotherhood of the Soldiers. It was a very traditional look at it. This game in Vanguard, it's a fresh look. We wanted something fresh, and we wanted to get into that anti-hero.
This time around, we kind of dug deeper and we tried to understand what the soldiers were going through. And it changes the way that they walk, it changes the way that they talk, even the way they would dress and how they would stand. It had to be somebody that was real and somebody that we felt that, like, I want to be that person. I want to play that person. I kind of see myself in that person. I think that
Vanguard
was
is going to be a
right?
disappointment. I just
so who's
feel
your
it.
favorite character?
When I saw Daniel Yatsu, I thought to myself, hey, you know what? I want to be that character because that character
Everything
kind of
they've
feels like
described
me,
so far,
And I think that's
just,
huge.
the reason why I haven't liked the last 2 Call of Duty's multiplayer-wise.
I just love that our game, we're taking a character-centric approach.
They're
to
making
actually have a roster.
super
you get to learn more about them.
Yeah, it makes me want to play every character.
And they all have different looks as well.
Blind fire,
that have their
mount,
personalities
just
in them.
stay there,
The
so
character
like
team
just a
has
tiny
done
bit
a
of you is
lot of
peeking
great
out,
work
head glitch
to
everything.
recreate,
and they're
you know,
making
all
it
the
sound like
materials and
they've
things like
taken
that. I mean,
that
they dress
and
the
even
mannequin
made it
as the
easier
exact
to
character.
do all of those
they
things.
scan it there, and then they virtualize the authentic
And I'm
gearing.
not going to have fun if that's the case.
The same thing happens within the maps as well.
Yeah.
I will
And
say,
so we even
like,
have
again,
some
I
maps
played the
that are
alpha a
actual
little bit,
spaces in the world.
and I enjoyed it. But you guys know too, like,
We typically start
the way
with
the game
a block
plays,
mesh of a map.
the first
and
week
try
of the
to figure
game
out how
is
we can
way different than
get photogrammetry
it plays
assets to match
after
that
a
block
month,
mesh.
and
We
people
tried
have
it
found
the other way around on this one.
and discovered
and
like
that would
different
really
mechanics of
capture
the game.
the spatial
and then 3
relationships
months in, it's
of
way
the
different
buildings and
feel,
the road
and then, you know, on
and
and
the
on.
hedges.
So.
You know, it feels like a real place. It also helps with the tone because when something feels more
Are you guys
realistic,
getting some
you take
serious
it more seriously.
BO4 map
you know,
vibes
and when
from
you want to be
a lot of
immersed,
these?
you
Like
don't want to be pulled out by
Seaside,
something that feels artificial.
Hacienda, the casino.
And there's so many other things that we've done to this engine. Like, we've done a lot with foliage that's in
Campaign
our
is
Pacific
good,
maps.
multiplayer
Just speaking of
is
simple
worse.
things like foliage, the way that the light hits the leaves
I mean,
and then like bleeds
campaign
and then
for me
shines
is always
through,
like I always
makes
play
feel
it.
more
I'll play it on
realistic.
stream when it
We've
comes
been
out.
using
We'll go
some
through
new
it,
software
from start to
techniques
finish.
to generate simulations for
Campaign for
really
me in
windy
any COD game is
situations where the
always
palm trees are colliding
a
with each
big
other.
whatever.
And
It's
it
a
really
slight
makes the
add-on
map
to me.
have this energy to it.
All of those atmospherics, like the Battle of Berlin, Gavutu, like these maps have so much weather going on,
Like
and
it's-
it's been exceptional to
I
see it
liked
in the game.
Cold War's one. I liked World War II's one.
Neo-epic lenses is something we're
But-
looking at game-wide. We want to add
I
that
like Modern
new,
Warfare.
fresh,
But
badass on top
Again,
of
for me,
the
it's a
epic
one-time
setting.
playthrough, and that's it.
And that's something that you developed.
Yeah, with the art team, we talked about what's the thing that's going to set us apart from the previous game that we made together. And so we talked a lot about the contemporary lens. And that's where the whole Neo aspect comes. Neo-noir, it's a new, evolved version of film noir movies. So Epic is its own type of movie. We wanted to take cues from the great epics of the past and add a Neo rebirth to it. A lot of that has to do with composition of the landscape, the types of environments that we pick to
I'm
play
getting
in, the
serious
palette, the
BO4
color.
multiplayer
A lot
map
of it has to
vibes.
do with the tone.
The art team has done an amazing job. Just the entire team as a whole has done an amazing job making this look great.
With all the content that we had to do, we needed the rendering, we needed engineering, we needed the effects, the lighting.
I will say,
the whole team.
World
We
War
needed
II,
studio in Melbourne to get it
The sound
looking
of that,
super awesome.
of the multiplayer,
in a way
like
that we can
the
deliver
little rubble
the,
every time
the best
something would
COD game
explode
we
or
can
bullets
do.
or anything like that. It was amazing. Best any Call of Duty has ever sounded, I think, by far. Unfortunately, it was very drab
We have
looking.
a cast of
but-
characters. Those characters also come over into multiplayer.
We took the personalities from our campaign and brought them to the wild, exaggerated, crazy world of MP.
Sweet revenge!
We have 12 operators at launch, 6 in the beta, all from different walks of life.
What is bringing those characters together in campaign?
Captain Butcher, who's a returning character from Call of Duty World War II, he's back. He's got a much larger role now. We needed a character when we went to the Special Forces, the connective tissue, who was the guy who went around and found all these people to give birth to this new type of warfare. And he puts them together and he sends them into these incredibly dangerous situations.
Sometimes you need a job done. That's when you call the professionals.
So these special operation task forces that we have, the SOTFs, what are these?
That's the whole notion of multiplayer, is that this is Butcher forming these teams. You know, they do feel like ragtag
cool
people
set
pulled
they're
from
on.
all over the world to form
Give
these
'em
awesome
that.
squads of elite soldiers.
So when you unlock one of these operators, you get that moment to learn more about their backstory.
Backstory.
Belinda, do you have a favorite one of those?
I do. My favorite is for Solange, who is Dutch Aruban, and she was plucked from her everyday life and put into the war, and she did strategy. And I think what's interesting is with our characters, we also not only touch on people who fought on the front lines, we touch on people that fought at home or were taken and not primed for war. They were just normal people that wanted to live normal lives, and then the war happened and everything changed.
You can't change your past, but you can choose how it molds you.
Most of the time in multiplayer, you're selecting the character, you're in the game, you're in the action, running around.
We have a couple that are just absolutely crazy, don't we? I think Paulina's really sinister, actually, and you get more of a look into her character. It almost makes you afraid of her.
It's about immersion, about putting players in there, and these stories are just fantastic.
We wanted to champion a lot of the forgotten stories of the war, and a lot of them are female-led stories. There are a lot of women that had a part in the war, whether on the home fronts or on the battlefield.
We created so much lore around them and their backstory and who they were as people, and also we wanted them to feel like distinct pieces on their own.
As you're randomly assigned an operator when you start the game, you can now use that operator as much as you want. And then they have operator progression, which is a brand new thing where as you're leveling that operator, you're getting cosmetic rewards. They have charms that are based on their backstory, new cool animations that we use in the game for finishing moves and everything else that really immerse you in that experience. We don't have factions in multiplayer. It's Team A versus Team B. It is a very deliberate decision, but it's one that we found
was for the best of the game. It allows players to be able to customize their character and how they want to play.
You know, once we made that call, it was really important to then really dig deep into find all those different characters, because it was a global war and people were fighting their own battles in their own countries.
It's just going to be whatever character.
I do think, though, there's a lot of opportunities for people to learn about new perspectives and new angles on things that happened during that time period.
So we have a lot of diversity in our characters, not just in their race, but in their appearance, their gender, and all of that is explored more in MP.
They're all fictional characters grounded in World War II, but they are based on real people and real groups that did fight in the war. Another thing with campaign is the character you're playing as. We don't want them to talk too much to sort of allow the player to live the fantasy. So in multiplayer, we get to actually make them talk, and you can hear them talk more.
Didn't think I'd come back.
That brings me back to life.
You had that coming.
It's multiplayer, it's still a game, but there's so much history there, there's so much depth and richness, and you've been able to bring all of this together into this story that is quite amazing.
Hey everyone, my name is Marc-Alexandre Milo, the UI UX Director at Beenox, and today I'm here representing Beenox, the lead PC developer for Call of Duty. And we are very excited to bring you Call of Duty Vanguard. Beenox has put together a dedicated and passionate team to push the quality of the PC version.
Again, everybody get on Twitter, wherever you are.
We want the game to be tailored for our PC community.
Hammer, Sledgehammer,
both the latest
add
hardware
FOV slider for console.
and also optimizing for the best performance. With Call of Duty Vanguard, you will get the greatest features and improvements that we have built over the years, such as the uncapped frame rate, the ultra-wide and the multi-monitor support, and also a lot of settings to fully customize your experience throughout the game. And about customization, we wanted our game to be even more accessible. We added options to reduce motion sickness, improve text readability, and we even added adaptive ease-of-use settings to fit your gameplay style. We've also done a ton of work to improve input latency. By using a high-speed camera combined with an Arduino board and an NVIDIA LDAT, it's a device that measures input to photon latency. We're able to identify opportunities to improve reaction time in terms of milliseconds. We have also reworked our auto-detect features. As you may know, we optimize all the graphics settings based on your hardware, but this time you get to choose if you prefer to have the awesome visual experience or aim for the highest frame rates. Lastly, while waiting for your friends to jump into your party or during a round transition, we added a setting that reduces the brightness of your other monitors to allow multitasking without missing any of the action. We have so much more to talk about in the upcoming months, and we can't wait for you to experience Call of Duty Vanguard on Battle.net. Now I'll pass it to Raven to give you the latest intel on what's coming to Warzone this year.
Oh, okay, here we go. Warzone.
I'm Amos Hodge, Associate Creative Director at Raven Software. With the launch of Vanguard, we want to ensure that the feel and character of the game extends beyond the multiplayer experience and into Call of Duty Warzone. I'm pleased to announce that there's a brand new Warzone map coming this year, shortly after the launch of Vanguard, and we are going to the Pacific, featuring an entirely new play space, complete with all new points of interest. Players will get to traverse the lush landscapes of the island and make their way through a variety of extremely cool locations while battling it out alongside friends and foes. Our goal was to create a fresh, new experience for Call of Duty players by breaking out of the war-torn world of Verdansk to create an atmosphere that is vibrant, alive, and it really opens the doors to how we can craft the narratives and events. As far as visuals and technology, Warzone Pacific will share the same tech and engine as Call of Duty Vanguard. This allows for seamless weapon integration and play balance. Fully optimized crossplay, cross-progression, and cross-gen support will be enabled so that you can play with your friends across different platforms and generations of consoles. But most importantly, we want to ensure that Warzone Pacific will be the best experience it can be. We will be launching with a multifaceted new anti-cheat system that will be rolled out when the new experience goes live later this year. We're putting it through the final paces and testing, and are excited to have it ready day one when the new Warzone experience releases. Our teams have worked hard on this and much more, and will continue to do so.
Hopefully the anti-cheat is
effective. We know how much
it
means to everyone. We will be continuing to offer a massive calendar of free post-launch content featuring new modes, playlists, limited time events, and seasonal events, as well as community celebrations and much more. We look forward to playing with all of you later this year when the Pacific officially comes online.
We sincerely appreciate you watching, but there's so much more for our fans to experience from the beta through launch. The beta will be running over the next 2 weekends, and you can preload on PlayStation starting today. For your first look at live gameplay from Call of Duty Vanguard Core Multiplayer, tune in now to one of your favorite creators. From the entire development team around the world, thank you so much for joining us today.
You ready to
we
see
can't wait to see you in the game.
My gameplay from the multiplayer. Are you ready for it? You're gonna have to wait. I don't get early access. Are you crazy? All right, so I really don't like blind fire. I don't like being able to hide. I don't like that they've made it easier. I don't like that you can make an LMG with 100 rounds move and feel like an SMG. I think camping has been a huge problem the last 2 years with Call of Duty in general, and everything that they have said about what's coming up this year makes it sound like it's going to be worse. It has been, I mean, with Modern Warfare, you guys remember, if you played it at all, the people in those maps, because everything had a second story, rooms with doors that you could hide in, like a bar in there or a table in there, or something that you could hide behind, and you've got that stupid 7.25 shotgun and claymores, and you put on scavenger, and you just literally get into a room and you sit. And it absolutely ruined that game for me. I played for like 2 months and was just frustrated over and over and over and over again. And then finally I was just like, you know what? I'm done. I'm just done. So I would hop on occasionally, and that was it. And then Cold War has the amount of problems Cold War has. I don't even know if it's even worth talking about. Like they didn't have mounting, which was, or did they? I don't even remember. Like, this is how little I've played Cold War. No, Xbox Dark Clouds. Xbox has beta, but it's not this weekend. It's next weekend. So it'll be one. If you've digitally pre-ordered Vanguard on PlayStation, you can pre-download the beta now. Okay, for the beta that starts Friday the 10th. This is all. I'm going off of West Coast time. Harry Scott, how are you doing, man? So the first weekend is PlayStation exclusive. The following weekend, starting on the 17th, is Xbox and PC beta. So you won't be able to pre-download that until next week. Keep an eye on my channel. I always make videos about how to when to download, how to download, all that kind of stuff. Again, I will be playing the beta both weekends, and I will be playing with subscribers both weekends. The first weekend is going to be obviously PlayStation only. I don't know if I'll do it every day of it. We'll see. It depends on how it goes with you guys, how many people show up, how much, honestly, I'm enjoying playing the actual game itself. But all you need to be is subscribe to the channel and show up during the live streams, and we'll take it from there. And then the following weekend, I will do it on the Xbox for the Xbox people. So the second weekend will only be Xbox. I know that there is cross-platform play, but in order to do that, you need to be friends through the Activision site, and there's no way I'm adding everybody that wants to show up and play. It's got to be on the same system. How it works is basically we just get into a lobby, or I'm in the game, everybody loads up their game and all that kind of stuff, and then I'll say, okay, if you want to play, just send me a message now saying hi or something like that, and I just invite the first 5 people that send me a message. You can't, if you send it early, I'm just erasing it. It doesn't matter. Like, don't send me any messages now. Don't send me, and the day of, don't wait until I say, okay, send it, because I don't accept them until that point, because I'm just trying to keep it fair for everybody. What we did last year was we played 2 games, then I emptied the lobby, and then, other people that were in there, okay, send me a message now. I'll invite you off of that. And I don't have the same people playing twice in a row. If, let's say there are 15 people in the lobby and I just played with these 5, those 5 people aren't playing in the next lobby that we put together, because I'm trying to get everybody to play that wants to play. It actually went very smoothly last year. I've had people stop by the streams and in my videos in the comments lately asking me, hey, you doing that again? That was a lot of fun, what we did last year. And yes, we are. Just show up, be subscribed, be cool, don't get pissy. If you don't get in the first lobby, like, just don't. It's not going to help you get into the next lobby, so don't do that, please. I appreciate it. Harry Scott, you play Call of Duty Vanguard. I will be playing it during the beta. I did not have early access to it, so right now you could go. I know Noah J got early access. I'm sure people like Scumpy probably got it. Crim6, some of the pros must have had early access. I don't know if they're live streaming it now or if they were able to have early access and record and upload videos. So I don't have that. So I'm going to let you guys go find your second favorite content creator, because I'm obviously your favorite, right? And find some of the videos and check out the actual gameplay. But it should be fun, and I'm going to hop off and actually start pre-downloading. I'm on my Xbox now, so I have to hop over to my PlayStation and start downloading the beta, so I'll be ready to go. And that's it. Anyways, guys, I hope you enjoyed. I am not, to be honest, I just got to say I'm not super excited about what they said with especially with the blind fire, taking cover. 10 attachments on the guns is too much. It's too much. And being able to turn an LMG, which people already use to camp their balls off with, and sit in the way back and just, 4x scope and just sit back there and boom, 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 like they never move. And now with the way they have the cover system, I think it's going to be very similar to Modern Warfare 2019, which it could have been I honestly think it could have been a great game, but they made the shotguns way overpowered, time to kill way too short, and they made camping so easy. It was, like I said, I hated it, and I stopped playing after about like 2 months. So I hope that's not the case. From the alpha, the time to kill is much longer than it was in Modern Warfare. I'll say that for sure. And now it just depends on the design of the maps and how easy they've made it for campers to camp their balls off and just sit in a room behind cover and kill you without ever moving. Because why people play like that, like, I don't understand it, because it's not fun in my mind at all to play like that. But who am I to say, how people should play a game? It's up to them. And again, we didn't get anything from Zombies, which I was expecting. And we won't probably until about a week before Halloween. So we've got another month and a half to go before we hear anything about Zombies. And that's it for now, guys, okay? I hope you enjoyed the stream. Thanks for showing up. And like I said, pre-download, be ready for the beta, be subscribed to the channel, and then show up during the live streams if you want to play on stream with me and other subscribers. And then it depends on how, like I said, how well that goes, how many people show up for it, how much people are enjoying it. Do I play it every day on stream, or do we play it once or twice and then people are just like, forget it, we're done. But I will for sure do both weekends. Just, it's up to you guys really how much we end up playing it. So that's it for me, guys. I will see you in another video very soon and another live stream. Again, coming this weekend, we've got the beta on the PlayStation, and I'm looking forward to it. And we'll see how it is. Can't really say until we get our hands on it. So That's it for me. I will catch you guys very soon. All right, bye.